MEK. Yes! Lou Velgar subscribed. Dude, Big Mike at AOL followed me too. Yes, I'm getting those followers. Hey, perps. Hopefully I'm not buffering as bad. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta buffer. Sometimes you're a bad bufferer, you know? But, alright. My wife put this bookshelf here, and there's like plants and stuff on it. Which is fine. It, like, since we put up the Christmas tree, there's no room in the living room. But I'm trying to get my cameras sitched, so you're going to see it live. Look at this. Look how this goes. I had to move the camera. Oh, come on. No. Click and drag. There we go. There we go. There's a good Atlas cam, but I'll move over a bit. And sure, do something like that. And then I'm not sure how the game's going to look when it loads up, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it all sized up just right. All right. Let's get this game going. Planescape Torment. Steam, what are you doing? Okay, we're going to download a Shadow of the Tomb Raider update at 4:35 a.m. tomorrow. That should work. That should work for me. And man, I need to take some of these games that aren't my favorite anymore. It is, Ralph. Let's Torment. How the hell's it going, Ralph? How in the hell is it going, my Dustman friend? No, you're probably not a Dustman. It's so weird. I still don't understand why it's called Torment. Maybe it'll make itself known. But then the other game is called Torment, Tides of Numenera. And I think Tides of Numenera or just Numenera is like another role-playing setting. Formal stuff. Do you mean like a tuxedo? Or like your physical form? Are you working out? Really all studying English for years did is fuck me up because now I'm never sure what words mean. Okay, so let's run Planescape Torment. Let's run it. It's gonna run. Oh, it's running. Y'all can probably hear it until now, and it's muted because I'm messing with the cams again. Let's see this lower left shit. Oh, formal logic stuff. Like wondering if higher order logic is necessary to formalize the meta theory of the system I'm working on for my book. Yeah, like double formal. The formality of form. Yeah, and so like the game still looks good. It's like right in the middle of the screen. Conceptual tuxedos that are made of little tuxedos. That's some real shit, Ralph. Solving problems over here, you know? All right. I don't need a controller for this game. Headphones. I need headphones. Let's put them on. Oh, okay. I can't hear because you can't hear. Now I can hear. Resume life. All right, here we are. Look at this weird guy. Sev Tai. Dude, and there's some creepers in here too. Yes, Torment Tides of Numenera is a spiritual successor, completely different game setting and like universe, but it's just like they just called it Torment. I do want to play that, but like it's weird. I guess I get it, like at least on the most surface level. All right, Death of Names. You see a dustman with a crooked smile frozen on his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are as dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than the left, and he keeps it tucked to his side as if cradling a small child. Oh, wow. That price gets too sweet. I'll have to buy in and too sweet it with my mouse and my wallet. Greetings. The dustman's eyes slide over you. Name. The way he speaks the word, it sounds like the tolling of a bell. I don't know. No name, can't help you. The dustman speaks in a curious sing-song voice. Need to give a name if you want to see where it's died. Be careful hitting your hard drive that hard, Ralph. I don't know how well hard drives can take bumps. Solid state drives now, probably a little better. I don't know.
Updated my journal.
Given a name when you're born, give it back when you need it no more. Death of names, death of names. His eyes swim across the monolith, then the walls of the area. Buried many names here, Death of Names has. Tell me a name, I'll show its grave. Dayanara. His eyes roll to the back of his head, then pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the walls of the monument, scanning the names at inhuman speed. He then points at a section of the wall. Buried. Examine the spot he's pointing at. Chiseled into the black stone. Yep. Yeah, hard drives are touchy mofos. I've not had too many die on me. But, I've been pretty fortunate with regard to hard drives, but my system has always been like, if one breaks, get two more. So at some point, I just had so many goddamn hard drives backing each other up. It's just like, maybe I don't even notice anymore. I bet half my fucking hard drives are dead. It's the name you requested. It is almost lost beneath a sea of names around it. I had another name. Once again, his eyes seem to slide over you. Name. Doll. He shakes his head. Not dead yet, that name is. Not buried here. Not time, not time. Let me try another name. Edan? Not dead yet. Why would I... I'd like to bury a name. He nods and unfolds his small hand from where it is, cradled on his side. It looks atrophied. It is the size of a child's hand. Cost Jink to bury a name. 3 coppers, 3. No name today. Farewell. Okay. Interesting. Let's talk to Sevtai. This woman's face looks broken and she is covered in scars. They look like bite marks and fingernail cuts. She's cradling the shreds of several rags in her hands and is staring emptily at the wall of the monument at the names there. Greetings. Hiss! Get you back! The woman's teeth peel back, displaying a row of black canines. What do you want of Sevtai? What's the matter? What's wrong? Those Chaos men wrecked my cart, attacked me, and killed 3 of my sisters who tried to stop them. Not sisters anymore. Now there's nothing but names on this memorial wall. Chaos men? Chaos men, a faction, they says. What they are is an addled bunch that runs wild through the hive and does whatever's they please. We never did no harm to them. Then they lope in like dogs and tear apart anything within their reach. Who are these chaos men who attacked you? They're a hiver gang, a bunch of addled sods that call themselves the starved dogs barking or some such barmy nonsense. You know, I wouldn't mind penning some men in the dead book for some coin. Wow. That second thing to say to them is the most justice. Their actions were unjust. A copper earring in your purse if you pen 3 of those murdering sods in the dead book, Jig. I'll see to it that they're put in the dead book. Can you tell me where they might be found? Go out the south gate, spireward from here, then walk around the block until you come to a place where men run in circles, howling at the sig sky. There's the starved dogs they are. Yeah, I've been to that block. It's the one with all the harlots and drunks south of here. I'll go there and return shortly. Then walk around the block until you come to a place where men run in circles.
Updated my journal.
All right. Okay. What's up, Quentin? The man before you looks to be middle of height and years. He is stout with a thick, bullish neck, and his shoulders are hunched, as if a great weight was pressing upon them. He wears an impatient look as he stares at the black monolith in front of him. Greetings. The man throws you a glance. There's room, Cutter. No need to ask my leave to stand here. Actually, I wanted to know what this monolith was. It's a tombstone for the plains, he scoffs. Graveyards of names are scratched on that rock. Can only hope my name's the one that'll split this stone in twain. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there, hammered in just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Tombstone for the plains? Aye, Quentin smiles ruefully. The Dusties scratch the names of the dead on this monument here, he gestures around him, and on the walls of this place. Not enough space by my reckoning, but no matter. They do their best. Can barely read half the names. What are you doing here? Reading the new arrivals. Try and find a new one every day. Try and remember if I knew 'em, nothing more. The dustmen record the names of all that have died on this monument? Aye, they scratch 'em on this rock and scratch 'em on the walls in this place too, Quentin scoffs. I don't know why they take the trouble to take accounting of the dead. The Dusties have more care for the living. Hey, perps. How you doing? Perpetual ice. The living? Aye, you know about the dustmen mourners that come to this place? They aren't mourning the dead, see? They're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in them edgewise without them asking to mourn some poor living Burke for you. Why do they mourn the living? Oh, I'm sorry, perps. Whatever happened, it sucks. I'm doing okay. God, another goddamn Tuesday. Christmas next week. I got this fucking bookshelf over here. I had to move the camera. You got me there, Cutter, he shrugs. Might want to put the question to them. Seems to me the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor sod living in this pit. Every name on there is blessed in my book, it is. Ever know anybody who came back after their name was put on there? We could use another bookshelf, but we could also use more room to have a bookshelf, too, so... You mean come back from death? Not a one, Cutter. Everything that lives dies, and that's the way of things. Still, considering the plains go on forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. I suppose so. Can you tell me who that crazy dustman is on the other side of the monolith? Not the sanest bird in the Cackle House, is he? That Barmy's Death of Names, though Death of Sense might fit him better. What does he do here? He's the keeper of the memorial area, knows where all the names are around here, and he can point one out if you need him to. He's a little addled, to be sure, but he's helped me a few times. He's also got the duty of carving new names in when their owners pass on. I see. Thanks. All right. Let's quick save again.
Done.
And I'm going to go see if I can find... Who are you? And she ran the fuck away fast as hell. I'm gonna see if I can find the people that killed Hive Tout.
I've never seen something so ugly. I've not.
This is the block. I'm supposed to go around this block or something? Greetings. Miss? Alright, leave her alone. Alright, let's go down here. Harlot. Huh.
All right.
Harlot, Harlot.
This is probably the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
Collector. Mourns for trees? Thanks, I just got this shirt. I was worried. It's like thick, so I was worried it would be a little hot, but it's actually pretty good. I got it at the, what's it called? Oh, I still got the large sticker on it. How embarrassing. At the Eddie Bauer at the mall. I don't know what the hell I was doing at the mall. Thought it'd be crazier, but it wasn't too bad. -2 degrees? That's so cold? Damsel in distress. You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation and then notices you. She runs up and grabs your arm. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me, Cutter, please. They're killing my sister. Who? She looks around wildly. This drunken man who followed us from one of the taverns. We thought he meant no harm. Please, Cutter, there's no more time. Help us. Wait, first you said they were killing your sister, and now you say he is killing her? Which is it? I'm distraught. I made a mistake. Examine the blood on her dress. Oh, wow. So that's Celsius, right? Oh. Okay, wait. I have to do math. So, -2. Celsius to Fahrenheit. So that's like 28 degrees. That's fucking cold. Also, Fahrenheit is stupid. Yeah, we use stupid idiot Fahrenheit. Examine the blood on her dress. You glance down at her dress and look at the blood. Although it does appear to be real, it is completely dried. It must be hours old. That blood is hours old. What are you up to? You see her eyes flick to the bloodstains and then back to you. You think you can hear a hint of nervousness in her voice. You are mistaken, Cutter. Please help me. My sister lies dying while we tarry. We do. We use stupid imperial measurements, and it's stupid. You're up to something. Tell me what's going on, or I'll kill you. She looks into your eyes and then glances at the scars that cover your body. She swallows nervously, and you see her pale before your eyes. I'm supposed to lure people into an alley nearby. They're waiting there to take your jink. She looks at you apprehensively. Get out of here and don't come back. Should I give her some advice? Yes. The dates are bad. Also. It's illogical. Thank you, Cutter. Well, that worked out. Angry hive dweller? There's so much anger over here. Starved dog. Oh, these are the guys I was supposed to fuck up. Is that a starved dog? Cool. This wild-eyed man is hunched over, barking and howling at the top of his lungs. I mean, dumb and stupid is like such a combo that, you know, like as long as I got the sexiness, I can deal with. Beneath his thick matted hair, you can make out a series of strange tattoos. They run the range from screaming faces to bizarre geometric shapes to what appear to be lines of verse. Hey, you said imagine you being dumb and stupid. I'm getting him. He's almost naked, but the dirt and filth covering him gives him the semblance of modesty. I wish I had the semblance of modesty. Give a long, forlorn howl. The man whirls around, whirls on you as he hears your howl, then gives a lopsided grin and he throws his head back, howling with you. He stops a few moments later, then resumes his loping about, snarling and barking like some feral dog. Snarl back at him, baring your teeth. The man's barking ends with a snarl and he leaps at you. If this is how you want to die, Wolfman. What the fuck? There's a vacation? How do you win that? Critical miss? Jesus, this guy's tough.
Damn it.
Dude.
I'm
I
hurt.
don't know if I have the ability to fuck this guy up.
Damn it.
Yeah, this is looking bad.
Damn it. Looks like death's come for the bill.
Feels like I've been through a shredder.
Okay. I still have all my stuff. Personal item. And I have all the gold I had. I don't know. Level 4, 16,000, 1180, 11,085. Let's see. No. No, as far as I can tell, there's no goddamn penalty. Interesting. Well, I don't think I can kill these guys yet.
Done.
Done. Starved dog, barking thug. These barrels are probably here to catch rainwater. The only thing that fills them is dust. Oh, awesome. That's good to know, Fracta. Thanks. Fractal, sorry. I understood the one was supposed to be an L after a second. Yeah. Yeah, we can. What you first took to be a door in this archway is actually a painting. The artist has made use of the shadows, and the overhanging arch, and some subtle texturing effects to give the door the illusion of substance. Examine the door. Other than the skill of the artist, there's nothing remarkable about the painting. The door's been painted on a rough stone wall. You can feel the stone and mortar beneath the painted wooden texture. I bet that's a portal. I just don't know. Yep, y'all should marry. That's a sign. Right now. Okay, so this looks like a place I could go, but I don't wanna. I was thinking that's the alley I was supposed to be lured into, but
You got the kid.
alright. So since I can't beat those guys yet, I'm going back through here. Talked into it, huh, Ralph? Okay.
All right.
Going back up here.
This is probably the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
Oh, come on, Mort. It's fine. Was that Ingress? Did I talk to her? You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her hair is disheveled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is a fused lump of flesh. It looks melted, like wax exposed to a great heat.
Updated my journal.
What is it you want me? The woman's accent is thick, and you are having difficulty making out what she is saying. You wanted me to leave? Not leaving this city, so I'm not. I can't. Tried. It's not a city. It's a prison to everywhere. Everywhere. There's worlds. There's... Her eyes gleam madly. Plains that be sinking sands. Fields thirsty nettles be. Sightless worlds where your limbs are given life and hate. Cities of dust whose people are dust and whisper ash. The house without doors. The twilight lands. The singing winds. The singing winds. She starts to sob quietly. She seems all out of tears, and shadows, the terrible shadows there be. It is. Solid reason. Where are these places? Where's them places? She flings the lump of her right hand in an arc, gesturing at the cityscape. They's all here be. Doors, here to everywhere. I know, it would be so wild. Especially if there was no air. Doors? You're not knowing this? She squints at you and her teeth start chattering. Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrice cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue, the spaces tween shelves. Beware any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. She does. Every door has a key, it does, and with this key, they show their true nature. An arch becomes a portal, a picture frame becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal, all eager to take you someplace else. They steal you away. She raises the lump of her right hand, and sometimes what's on the other side takes part of you as a tithe. What are these keys? The keys number as many as the doors of this city. Every door a key, every key a door. Her teeth start chattering again as if she is cold. And a key is anything. It may be an emotion, an iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers. A thought 3 times, then thought once in reverse. Or it may be a glass rose. These are all keys that open these doors.
Updated my journal.
Yes, her teeth start chattering and she clenches her mouth closed and squints her eyes. Yes. Can't leave. How did you get here?
Updated my journal.
From... She seems to calm slightly and her eyes take on a 1,000-league stare. Came from a place else from here, almost a life ago. Hummed a tune by a glade with 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door opened in the space between the crossed trees. Showed me this city on the other side. I stepped through, ended here. Why can't you go back? Tried. She tries to sob again, but no tears come. Tried. All doors here lead to other places. She shudders and grips her melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals, some a purpose, some a accident, none of them right. Can't find way back. There must be a portal that can take you back. Can't even leave here, this square. And there, the place of death behind the gate waits for me. She points at the mortuary behind the gate, then turns back to you, her face desperate. Can't go anywhere in this city. You can't go anywhere? What do you mean? Anything could be a door. Any arch there, any door here, could be a portal. Don't know the key, could get us sent to another horrible place. Her teeth start chattering again. Got to stay away from the closed spaces. All could be doors. Could have a key on me. Am I not be knowing it? You're afraid to go through any door or arch because it might be a portal? She nods, her teeth chattering. How long have you been afraid of this? She squints. Since the last time I walked through the last portal, the place where my hand... Since my 10th turning. I'm in me 4th 10th turning that now. Her teeth begin chattering again. 30 years? You haven't walked through any door for 30 years. Her vision seems to clear slightly. She looks up at you, her teeth still shattering. If you got here, there must be a portal that can take you back. It's only a matter of finding it. To be afraid to walk through any door, that's... How mad are you, woman? You must be a fool to not walk through anything that might be a door. Two. Well, one. She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because she is cold. They are moving around inside her mouth, her gums twisting as the teeth shift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal you steps through an accident to drive the fear into you. I went through thrice 10. Lost my hand, burned my flesh, and lost my sense. She looks at her feet. No more, no more. I'm sorry. If I can find some means to help you, I will. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Well, that's one of the best descriptions of the horrifying nature of Planescape that I've ever heard. Oh, there's another Dabus. Some thugs. Ooh. It's a crew of thugs. Another Dabus. That looks like a portal. Whoa! Fucking is. Alright. This spectral figure materializes from the gloom of the passageway ahead and quickly moves to block your path. It floats before you, its once human features twisting in a mask of rage. Defilers! Leave this place at once! Greetings! Leave now, its booming voice echoes down the halls. This place is forbidden to the living. Leave while you still can. I have some questions first. Seek your answers elsewhere. This place is a sanctuary for the dead. I shall not permit their slumber to be disturbed by the intrusion of yet another insolent mortal. Another? Has someone else been here? If you must know, yes. There is another intruder who even now continues to violate the sanctity of these hallowed halls. The anger in the spirit's voice fades. He seems somewhat saddened by the admission. The souls of my brothers and sisters cry out for peace. Why don't you... Who is this other intruder? He is an evil coward who wields great power over the dead. He seeks something within these halls. What it might be or what his purpose is in seeking it, I cannot say. Why don't you drive this intruder away? I cannot. The coward has sealed himself within the inner chamber of the mausoleum. He has erected powerful wards that bar my entrance into the chamber. It is from there that he calls upon his dark arts to awaken my brethren and bends them to his evil will. Sounds to me like you need the help of one intruder to get rid of another. The spirit remains silent for several long moments. You can almost feel the weight of his lifeless gaze upon you. Yes, you might prevail where I have failed. If you will pledge to rid me of this blackguard, I shall grant you passage. What say you? I'll do it.
Updated my journal.
So be it. The spirit slowly begins to fade, until only the echoing of its disembodied voice remains. But take heed, tread lightly in these halls, lest you join the others in eternal rest. And Fractal says it's a bit too tough. Doesn't look like I could leave. So... Okay. Did I... Ingress? You see Ingress. She's huddled inside her cloak of dirty rags, her teeth chattering. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's who I talked to just a second ago. All right. Making some headway on this map. Let's go... Who's that guy? Angry? Let's go in here. I don't think they'll get mad at me for just, like, trying to complete my map. Cool. Bunch of dusties. This looks like a place. Okay, you're just like under it. Under like that ceiling. Okay. Let's go over here. I don't know. I don't think there's much else on this map. Another harlot. Man, a lot of these thugs. I wonder if I could just level up killing those thugs. I wanted to talk to this person before, but she like ran away when I came in here. A sense of great loss hangs over this elderly woman like a dark cloak. As you watch her, a long, sad sigh escapes her lips. Greetings. She looks up at your face, cloudy eyes squinting and straining to see you clearly. Forgive me, young Cutter, but I'm an old woman and I don't see so well. Do I know ye? Perhaps, but I don't know you. She mulls your answer over for a moment, nodding. What is it you wanted, then? I had some questions. Questions? Oh no, you're an adventurer, aren't you? Name, job, and all that rot, eh? Well, I won't have it. Off with you! No, I'm not. Not really, at least. Bar that, the woman jabs her finger at you. I've watched the dustman put the name of me husband, damn his soul, me son, and both me daughters on their memorial. Adventurers, all of 'em. Why, I swung quite a sword meself in the day. So's I know one's when I meet one. When I meets one. The old woman seems to be working herself into a fit. Her face has become flushed and flecks of spittle fly from her lips as she howls at you. Let her continue. I'll bet you've got all sorts of barmy questions, she mimics your heroic stance. Greetings, I have some questions. Can you tell me about this place? Who's the Lady of Pain? I'm looking for the magic girdle of Swank Iron. Have you seen it? Do you know where a portal to the 2817th plane of the Abyss might be? Do you know where the Holy Flame and Frostbrand Gronk slaying Vorpalhammer a wounded and returning and shooting lightning out your bum is? She spits. Dung, all of it. Only gets you in the dead book. I definitely will. I'm taking it as long as I can, but I like this game, and I like the writing a lot. I ought to kick you in the shins for even pestering a poor old woman about it all. Now go away and leaves me in peace. Alright. That was an incredible dialogue, though. Let's try out this area change. Pharod? Harlot thugs.
Come on in here, Cutter, give it a rest. You want to sleep on the streets, you get killed out here.
So good. Come on in here, Cutter, give it a rest. Every inch of this man's skin is covered in a web of black lines. It's as if some artist chose to accentuate every crease in his flesh with a quill pen. The overall effect is such that even when his face shows no expression, he appears to be frowning. Greetings. This one has a name. This one is called Pharod. The man's voice is like a gong. As he speaks, the lines on his face bend and settle into a series of spherical patterns. This one would know. Why do you address this one? I wanted to ask you some questions about the city. This one would have you know, this one cannot answer your questions. The lines on his face twist into angles, then split into a mess of scribbles. This one has only recently stepped foot in this place of walls. All right then, but I have to ask you this. Why do those lines upon your face move? The lines show anger. Do you take offense? The lines slowly straighten, forming into gentle curves. No offense was meant. Will you accept the many apologies of this one? No offense taken. Why are you angry? This one tells of event recent. Did you know this one was beset by 3? The 3 demanded an item of this one. This one feared an attack. What does this one do? This one surrendered the item. Well, you were right to be afraid. If there were 3, then they might have killed you had you not given up the item. This one has been misunderstood. The lines on his face became angled, then smooth into curves again. This one did not fear being killed. This one feared killing the 3. Well, if you could have killed them, why did you let them rob you? This one walks the path of a warrior. Many weapons have walked with this one. The fist, the blade, the stave, the hatchet, the smiter. These tools are all known to this one. That's not much of an explanation. Again, if you're a warrior with that much training, why let them rob you? This one is forbidden to attack. If this one had struck at the 3 in anger, the vow of non-violence would be unmade. You're a warrior and a pacifist? This one is unfamiliar with your speech. What is this pacifist? Never mind. Why did you train so much if you're not permitted to attack another? This one is of the Order of Eret Ag. We await the final days where all will be called to battle. The training and skills of this one, they are to be kept silent until then. In the meantime, you will let yourself be robbed in the street without defending yourself? This one will clarify. The item is of value. The discipline of the Eret Ag is of greater value. Since you won't fight, any chance you could talk these thieves into returning your item? This one addresses the 3 thieves. What happens? The requests of this one are met with scorn. The 3 will not return the item. I could go see if I could get the item back for you. This one must ask, would you bring violence to the 3 that have robbed this one? Not if I can help it. This one fears. A message absent of violence will not be understood. The lines on the man's face form into a series of ellipses. This one is not opposed to you trying. Alright then, what is this item you've lost? The item is this, a rope of black and red prayer beads worn around the neck. The worth of these beads is not measured in copper. The worth of these beads is measured in faith. Man, so much philosophy going on in this game. It's fucking cool. Alright then, I'll see if I can find this necklace. Do you know where those 3 thugs might be? This one knows where the angry words were traded and the item lost. By the bar that burns inside? The 3 were outside the place, dressed in black and red. 3 robbers dressed in red and black, outside a bar that burns on the inside. That can't be too hard to find. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Uh-oh, I'm a good boy. Oh, I don't know what that did. Neutral good. What the fuck is that?
All right.
The black-scaled reptile towers to a height of 8 feet. Its great height, however, is offset by its thin, snake-like frame. A long, prehensile tail drags behind it, and its leathery wings are hooked behind its back. A strong, vinegary smell emanates from the creature. As well as a certain amount of heat, it seems to be ignoring you. Greetings. Whoa, Chief. More cutscene before you can speak to the creature. Bar that. You don't want to be rattling your bone box with any fiend on the street. Leave be. I wanted to ask it some questions. No, you don't. Mort glances at the creature, then turns back to you and lowers his voice to a whisper. They're touchy. Let's just go. I'll risk it. This black-scaled fiend towers to... Oh, okay. Greetings! The creature slowly turns its head to look at you. Its scaled forehead wrinkles into a frown, then it opens its mouth, giving a low, rasping hiss. You notice that the heat radiating from the creature begins to rise. I would speak with you for a moment. The creature opens its mouth, displaying a row of blackened fangs. Fire begins to dance around the shoulders and arms of the creature as it gives a long, low hiss. Calm yourself, I just want to talk to you. The creature speaks in a rasping hiss. Its voice sounds like 2 rough stones being scraped together. It hisses for a few moments. its gravelly voice rising and falling. What? The creature snarls. Nothing to say to you, do I? The fiend's eyes narrow to slits. If stay, your warm blood will cover the stones. Okay. Probably good.
Hey, you! Hey, Cutter, come on inside and get warm!
Hey, yo. Hey, Cutter. Oh, Molt. What's up, Molt? This man appears less dour and wary of passersby than the people around him. He moves with an upbeat gait, casually scanning the ground to either side of him as he goes. As you approach him, he nods a friendly greeting. Greetings. Hello, Cutter. Say, you seen any deaders about? None nearby, no. I had some questions. Too bad, he shrugs. Had some questions, did ye? Ask away, then. What are you looking for? Deaders, of course. Don't you recognize the robes of a collector? He grabs a hold of the cloth and holds it up for your inspection. Collectors? Aye, collectors, he indicates his ragged brown robes. These here are collector's robes, Cutter. Any poor sod you see wearing these, me for instance, is most likely looking for deaders. Bodies to sell at the mortuary, he shrugs. Whatever it takes to get by in the hive, right? Ha! Do the collectors work together? He laughs heartily. Hells no! We all dress the same, but there's only so many deaders to go around. We band up usually, and compete in bands, packs, gangs, whatever you like to call them, aren't none too friendly with one another. Are there rival packs of collectors near here? He nods. Sure as sigils round. Most collectors in the hive call Kip in Ragpigger Square, a dump just north of here, through the large gate. It's mostly run by Sharegrave's laddos now since we fought most of Pharod's boys off. Tell me about Sharegrave. Sharegrave? He's my boss. I never speak with him, though. Never even seen him too close-like. Keeps to himself, mostly, and runs things through a few underlings. You can find him in his case at Ragpicker Square, but I'd stay away unless you got good reason to talk to him. He's a bit peery of strangers, he is. Tell me about Pharod. Don't know much about the man myself. We spent a lot of time fighting his boys, but they've all suddenly disappeared, along with Pharod. We still catch the occasional straggler. See you in a sec, perps. In Ragpicker Square, but we've no idea where the rest are hiding at. Does he have many men left? He must, because we hear his lot's been real successful of late, finding lots of deaders, making lots of jink off the dusties at the mortuary. Don't know how, either, as we've been having trouble finding corpses of late, he shrugs. Had some other questions. Can you tell me about this area? This is the hive, Cutter, what we hivers like to call the arse end of sigil. Not that sigil's got an end being round and all, but you know what I mean. Ha! Anyway, northwest of here, through the big gate, is Ragpicker Square. North, okay. Where collectors like me call Kip. Don't know much about the rest of Sigil, I'm afraid. I'm searching for a journal I've lost. No, haven't run across one. Tell you what, though, if I do, I'll hold on to it for you. I'm also looking for a man named Pharod. The collector boss? Don't know much about the man myself. We spent a lot of time fighting his boys, but they've all suddenly disappeared, along with Pharod. Okay, that's all I wish to know. Farewell. Cool. That dragon's fucking cool looking.
Come on in here, Cutter, give it a rest. The stranger get killed out here.
It seems like a thug bar, but,
This is probably the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
did he call it Sigil?
Hey, you! Hey, Cutter, come on inside and get warm!
Fleece?
Nice bed!
Dude, so many. What are they called? Dabuses. You see a man who's looking around at the buildings with some confusion. He looks lost and is mumbling to himself. Greetings. A man looks relieved. At last! I beg your indulgence, good sir. I seem to have gotten turned around in this maze of streets, he chuckles uncomfortably. I'm afraid this area of the city is somewhat unknown to me. The residents seem most unwilling to extend aid to a visitor. Could I prevail upon you to help me, perchance? Depends on the kind of help you need. I seek the house of my Aunt Marguerite. She's reported to dwell in a house close to the mortuary, but the street layout seems to have changed since my last visit. Do you know the house of which I speak? I'm afraid that I've never heard of such a place. The man frowns in disappointment. I suppose it would have been too much good fortune to hope that you would know of such a place. Well, I thank you for your time, good sir. It is most welcome on these streets. You're about to turn away when you suddenly have a feeling that something is amiss. Suspicious, you glance at the man again, just in time to see him withdrawing his hand from your purse. You can't be sure, but you think he might have taken something from you. Oh, I lost 5 copper. Bait the man into pickpocketing you again and observe his technique. I love it! You engage the man in light conversation and secretly study his movements. The man seems to rely on 2 things. 1, pretending to be a high-class citizen out of his element to lower the target's guard, and 2, distracting the mark by having the victim point out directions. When the victim turns to point out a street or landmark, the man skims the mark's purse and tucks items into his conveniently long sleeves. You make a mental note of his technique just as he makes another grab for your purse. He yanks his hand back before you can grab it. With a yelp, he bolts. All right, then. Dude, I gotta, like, cast a spell on him or some shit. This is ridiculous. Oh, there we go. Target gone? Oh, he's dead. Well. Get my commons. Get my earring. Weight 0. Bear's teeth marks. Okay. Huh. What are these?
Come on, Cutter, what are you afraid of? My girls will make you feel like a man.
These barks are incredible. Your first impression of Mar is that he needs a long bath, preferably away from any creature that has any sense of smell. You can almost see the stench waft from his body in sinister yellow tendrils. He motions toward you frantically in an effort to get you to come over and talk to him. Approach this person and hear what he has to say. A look of excitement crosses his face as you approach. Thank you for stopping me. My name is Mar, and I have a favor to ask of you. No, I didn't. What is it? The Nameless One's immortality. I don't remember pillars well enough. Welcome back, perps. I like the parentheses, too. I'm listening. 'Tis a matter of life or death. I must be delivering this here box, and it'd be me head for sure. Or it'd be me head for sure. 'Tis me bad luck that I twisted me leg something fierce. So will you help me out by delivering this here box for me? I'll deliver the box for you. Mar slowly takes out a small box from within the recesses of his ragged clothing. For the briefest of moments, you see a look of regret cross his face. Then it's gone, and he looks at you and hands you the box. A slight shimmer surrounds the box as both you and Mar touch it. A sigh of relief is heard as Mar releases the box into your care. What now? This be needing to be delivered to Kuatra. He can usually be found somewheres down in the southeastern section of the hive. Oh, and lest you try and say I didn't warn you, whatever happens, don't open the box. And don't leave the hive with the box. Now be off with you. I'll be back when I deliver the box. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Uh-oh. Well, that seems like it sucks. I feel like this box is cursed. Ornate box. What appears to be a small wooden box. Intricate designs etched in gold adorn the box. At one time, this box would have been worthy enough to be displayed on an aristocrat's estate. However, years of neglect have taken their toll and it appears to be falling apart. If not for the large ruby mounted at the front of the box, it would be worthless. Feelings of dread seem to emanate from the box. Well, I don't think I'll open it yet. Kuatra? Huh. What is that? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, shit. I didn't know if that's just like what Daenerys thought, or if that's true. She is a ghost. I mean, you'd think she would know, but I don't know. It's hard to tell when religious people say things. I mean, in games, it could be true. Oh, I couldn't pick this up. Yeah. I mean, it would make sense since I didn't have memories. And someone else said... Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know if I need these notes. Mortuary sanctum key. Penn's note. Yeah, exactly. Like, but no, in like fantasy games, right? Like that shit could be true. In D&D, there are gods. There literally are gods. So that makes some of the stuff, right? Like trickier, doesn't it? I don't know why I have this cobblestone. It's fucking heavy. Man, I need like a barrel I can dump shit in. Tattoo. Wow. Lots of tattoo spots. Oh. Cool. Now I've got a cool earring on. Wait. Oh yeah, this one's not identified yet, so I don't want to just put it on. Yes, exactly. And I'm not familiar at all with the Planescape setting. Let's see. This isn't as big of an area. Oh, to Ragpicker Square. Cool. What is this place? The Flop House? To the northeastern portion of the hive. Let's go to Ragpickers. We'll give you a nice bed. He does. And, like, it doesn't erase our save if you... Well, as far as I know, it doesn't erase your save if you die multiple times. Let me check my journal. Oh, good. So I do have a list of quests. Kuatra. Excuse me. Help Sevtai get her revenge. Oh, yeah. I'm not strong enough. That would be... interesting. Yeah. You, like, lose a quest. Poor Pharod's necklace. Okay, I'm looking for the source of Pharod's bodies, my journal, and Pharod. Okay. So, I guess I should go to Ragpicker Square, right? I mean, the only reason I would want to go to the Flop House would be maybe to, like, find a place to store shit. And at least narratively, it seems like a bad place to store shit. But, you know, I've heard tell of barrels in Baldur's Gate that you can just, like, keep dumping shit into. And it just, like, saves it there forever. Alright, Ragpickers. Mountains of trash. Bunch of collectors. None of them named. Yellow Fingers. This Weasley-looking fellow is skulking about the garbage like a tattered shadow. Seeing you and Mort, he beckons to you. Hist, eh, the skull. Where you get the skull, eh? Me skull it is. Give it back to me. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what you're supposed to do. But I was listening to, what is it? Murder Dads and Mages. And one of the guys was saying that for his single character. Yeah, right? Like, I think that's one of the things with these Infinity Engine games. Like, it saves that inventory. Mort turns to the Hiver. Pike off. Truth. Go on, take the skull. I mean, like, what would be the truest thing they could do? Like, all of these people just looking for some way to make money or stay alive, you'd think somebody would, like, search a barrel. You know, like, I wouldn't just find some fucking trash can and hide some shit in it that I wanted to find again, because it'd probably not be there. Not because it, like, stops existing, but because somebody would find it and take it, right? Like, people go through the trash. People go through barrels. So maybe there could be, like, a chance it would be gone. But it's also a pain in the ass. You don't have infinite inventory space. But it's also realistic, too, you know? Like, I don't know. Some people like to play... what is it? Not Oblivion. The Fallout games in that difficulty mode where you have to, like, your ammo has weight. And it's just a fucking pain in the ass. Like, I don't want to play that kind of game. But I also hate survival games and run-based games, so I'm not really the kind of person to do that type of shit in the first place. Who are you? Skull's mine. Mine, eh? Give it to me. I'll forget you stole it. If you can prove to me the skull's yours, then I'll give it to you. It's only fair. It's Pike and mine, talkin' proof, don't know nothing. Gives me the skull back nows. This is not your skull. You calling me a liar, eh? Skull's mine, mine, he mumbles for a moment, eyes rolling and darting. Ye the thief, spittin' lies, I'll gut ye. Touch me and you'll be regretting it the short few moments before you die. I wouldn't try it. The man glances at you, eyes narrow. Suddenly he attacks. Meet his attack. Who is this guy? Ratbone?
Damn.
Dude, tough guy. Fuck.
Did you see that?
I'm hurt.
Get him, Mort.
Damn it.
Yeah! Yeah. No, I'm with you. Like, it makes the game enjoyment go down for me. And I've tried, like, there are some games I feel like I've tried to deal with it, but I just don't enjoy it. It makes me unhappy. Like, running through the same video game shit over and over is just boring to me. Like, I want to see all the cool stuff. Good. Bronze ring. All right. Oh, a nose ring, huh? Okay. Well, I like being equipped. What does this do? Don't these heal? Heals 9 hit points. I'm pretty goddamn low on hit points. Oh, okay. I mean, Mort is definitely a better fighter than I am. Look at fucking Mort. Such a dork. He has much better AC as well. So hard to hit. I should have him tanking. I just don't know how to use the battle system super well. You know what? Maybe I don't need this. Don't I heal over time? I thought I did. Cool, maybe I have to walk around or something. I know I can, like, take a rest as well. Looks like it's holding the plat. Okay.
This is probably the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've never played it for the combat mechanics, so, like, that's why I wanted to check it out. Yes. Cool. Hell yeah, that's cool as hell. Alright, let's not get into any more fights for a bit. What's up, Ratbone? Sorry, a tough mofo. This man is whistling a cheerful tune and playing with a well-kept fighting knife. As you approach him, he stops whistling and gives you a curious look. What you want? Had some questions. My name's Ratbone Cutter. I'm a thief for hire in the employ of Sharegrave, the boss of the collectors you see round this square. He pays me mostly to learn his lads to be real quiet-like, and how to fight if they runs into a spot of trouble. That's likely the only questions I'll answer for you, Cutter. Thief for hire? Could you train me? I don't want to be a thief. I'm looking for a man named Pharod. Uh-oh, I probably don't want to say that. Ratbone shakes his head. Nay, I don't. Here he's nearby, though. Some of his lads come running through at times, making for some hidey hole that's who knows where. Somewhere up around those elevated platforms, I'll bet. But it's none of me business. He shrugs and spits on the ground. Live and let live, says Ratbone. You said you were a thief for hire. Where's Sharegrave? He nods towards the large, dilapidated house beside him. Careful, though, Cutter. He don't like visitors. He's right suspicious of everyone. Sharegrave's not even his real name. Just what me and some of the others calls him. Okay. Thanks, dude. Good, another heal. That's just a generic collector. Nod? As you approach the hooded, brown-robed man, you notice that he's mumbling to himself softly and occasionally nodding. Fitting. Greetings. Someone comes to speaks to nod. Aye. He suddenly breaks into a fit of hacking coughs, then nods to himself. What are you doing? Nothing. Said looking for debtors. Nothing else. He sniffs and gives another hacking cough. He mumbles for a moment, then speaks again. Nothing else. Need the jink. Jink, jink. I know why he's looking for corpses. Had some questions. What? He sniffs, then squints at you. Jink. He taps his head, points at you, then points at his hand. You wants to know something? Jink. Aye, jink, jink. Jink for nod, jink, jink. He mumbles for a moment, hiding the copper coins away in the folds of his robes. Ask. Nod tries to answer. Aye. Do you know a man named Pharod? He looks frightened and starts to shake his head. Pharod. He scratches his head. What? What about him? He frowns, then shakes his head as if he is not sure he should be speaking to you. Do you know where I can find him? He shakes his head, then mumbles. He glances quickly at you, then begins to murmur again to himself. It sounds like he's uttering a prayer against evil. Not here, in square. He frowns as if unsure how to explain it. But not in the square. He shakes his head again, then coughs. I'm looking for a journal that I've lost. No. No journal. He sniffs, wiping his nose with his sleeve. Tell me about the collectors. Me? He seems unsure for a moment, then nods assent. Me. Scoops up debtors, takes to Dusty's. Dusty's pay, jink for dead. Dead to their right place. Dead happy, Dusty's happy. Nod happy, aye, with Nod's shiny jink. Tell me about this area. He points to ground, nodding. The square, Ragpicker Square. Trash everywhere, aye, Sharegrave Square. He mumbles to himself for a moment. Tell me about Sharegrave. Sharegrave's shadows long, falls over Nod, it does, aye. Nod gives some of his jink to Sharegrave. Sharegrave tells others in his shadow. Watches out for Nod, aye. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. You'd ask a Nod, aye, not a... Ask a... You, go ahead, ask your questions. Not as a sister, aye. Amaris. Amaris. Lives in the hive, away from here, away from the square. So long, long ago, Nod was separated from his sister, taken away. You've been separated from her and you'd like me to find her?
Updated my journal.
You don't know her? He shakes his head sadly for a moment, chewing his lower lip. If you sees her, if you does, tell her Nod. Her brother worries about her. Aye, he does. He worries. All right, I'll do that for you. Nod thanks you, he does. Nod thanks you. Amaris was pretty, so pretty. Lives in the hive now. Fair-skinned she was, hair like jet, and always in blue, blue. She was always in blue. Farewell, Nod.
Updated my journal.
Dude, I'm getting those quests. Collector. I can't go there. Oh, it's like destroyed. Okay. Built to hold rainwater. Who's that? Okay. Go over there. It's weird. Very boardy. What is this shit? This archway leads only inches into the small building before becoming blocked by a solid wall of refuse. The rubbish is packed so tightly it may as well be stones and mortar. As you come closer, however, the archway's outline begins to shimmer. You notice the handful of junk you've been carrying about begins to shimmer as well. Thrust the junk into the archway. The wall of refuse flickers, wavers, and seems to fold in on itself, revealing an open space beyond it. A passage or portal seems to have formed within the frame of the archway. Done. All right. What is that? A door? Trash warrens. A ragged, middle-aged collector approaches as you enter the area. He quickly looks over you and then sneers. Don't know you. I don't believe I've made your acquaintance either. The collector continues to glare at you. I'm looking for a man named Pharod. Uh-oh. What you're looking for is no concern of mine, Burke. He spits. What is concerning me is that you're still breathing in my presence. Yeah. I don't want to threaten him. This sounds like number 2 sounds like a threat. Then I'll leave your presence, Burke. As you turn to leave, you notice the collector drawing a knife from one of his pockets. Don't know what you was thinking about by coming down here, but the only place you'll be going is to the mortuary cutter. Well, that's good. Look at all these collectors. Huh. I don't think there's any better way for me to handle this.
Done.
I don't see anywhere else I could go. I was thinking this might be like... where... Oh, he ran at me that time. I don't believe I've made your acquaintance either. Anomaly? Have you seen a journal lying around here? What you're looking for? Oh. Collecting bodies before they're dead sounds like a really good way to meet the lady. As he turns away from you, watch your back, Cutter. Most ear will talk to you with their blade before their bone box, and if you stay much longer, I'd be doing the same. Whatever. Oh, that's Anomaly. Okay, I didn't even catch his name. Well. Look at these fucking guys.
All right.
Alright, I don't see much room. But... Alright. What is this? Dude, hella stuff. No, it's not full. Like, okay, it's full, but, like, I have some of these on me. Alright, here. What the fuck? Like, they're up here. Why can't I just stack them? 3 isn't the max stack, is it? Alright. What? Alright. This. Oh, I don't need them? Okay, good. Do I need Pen's note? Because it's like wrapped all nice. I wouldn't think I would, but... Bandages. These probably should go up here. This is the junk I had. I figure these are worth something, but there's like nobody to sell to. Okay, cool. And now, there's like a pile of crap. Rusty dagger. There, I'll put these up here. Oh, okay, maybe 3 is the max stack on those. That makes more sense, but... Judging from the crude text, it appears the bracelet works by being held by a living creature. Touch to the forehead. When this is done, the minor enchantment held within the item. Use it from the quick menu. Target gains +2 to 8 temporary hit points. Cool. Sounds like that's pretty worthwhile to have. I don't know how much this rusty dagger is worth. Probably not much. Uh-oh. Trash Warren's Thug. Okay. Uh-oh. I should have... Okay, good.
Done.
Ooh, what is that? Junk. Give me that junk. It's probably heavy. Is it heavy? Yeah, it weighs 1. Somebody probably buys the junk, though, right? Nowhere else to go up there. Save again. I feel like I should heal more. Okay. So...
What's up?
Mort has a... Let's see, Ralph was saying Mort has some shit that, like, aggro's dudes. Come on, guy. Come on. Damn it.
I'm gone.
I wonder, what does it say? Walls made of junk, crushed together. Okay.
What's up?
So I'm going to have Mort move here. And then... Okay, I can see these guys now. Let's see, Mort, select special ability. Litany of Curses. And I'll use it on this guy.
You father of trolls.
So good! And I'll have him attack this guy. Ugh.
Damn it. Damn it.
Wow. This is not going well. Okay, one guy down. That's probably a good idea. Come on. Let's see if I can kill these guys first.
Damn it.
A lot of missing. Okay, another guy down. And I'll have Mort. Let's see. Ooh. I can do some necromancer shit? Or maybe that would be using my... Wow, 3 times per day. That's crazy. Oh, maybe that's for, like, healing people, though. Okay, so no, I don't want to do that. Let's do this.
Sheer ugliness stabs pain into my eyes. Damn it.
Damn.
Get him, y'all. Yes, good.
Done.
Made off pretty okay. Yes, another clot charm. Dude, this guy had 2 knives? What a legend. Okay, done. That's what I'm aiming for. I do want to find where Ralph was able to get trained in magic. Because that sounds like my shit. See you guys.
I'm gone.
Also, thanks, Ralph, for telling me about Litany of Curses. Good. I wonder if I lose junk every time, or if that's just like a story thing. It's true. Fucking men. Even dead ones. Collector nod. How we doing here? Trash-filled archway to the trash warrens. Okay. I feel like we're pretty much all searched on this place. I guess I could go talk to Sharegrave, but he doesn't seem like a nice guy. Oh, Marrow Friend? You can smell the reek of dung and rotting meat on this man, even from afar. Though obviously weak and decrepit, his long, thin fingers and sunken eyes give him a sinister look as he scuttles through the garbage around him. The way he drools and rolls his eyes makes you wonder if he's mad. Greetings. He tries to focus on you, but his gaze wanders. His eyes are set deeply into hollow sockets, and his skin is terribly pale and diseased, covered with rashes and yellowed patches that look ready to peel from his body at any moment. The stench emanating from him is terrible. As you open your mouth to speak, he licks his lips and swallows. You did her? Are you alright? You... He licks his lips again, and his long, spindly fingers pick at his skin as he stares at you. You deader? He glances to your left, then his eyes dart back to you. Dead? Dead? Hungry. He reaches out to touch you, licking his scabrous lips. Don't let him touch you? His hands claw at empty air where you were, and he gives a low whine, like a pained dog. Hungry. His hand suddenly shoots out to catch a fat white grub that was squirming in the nearby heap of offal. You'll feel your stomach churn as he takes the maggot and shoves it into his mouth. He chews it slowly, then swallows. You dead? No, I'm not dead. You look dead. He scratches himself beneath his robe, and you suddenly notice that he has a finger hanging from his neck on a cord. It looks like there's a ring on it. What is that finger bone? He looks down, his plague-ridden features twisting into a ghastly snaggletooth parody of a grin. Snack. He looks ready to chew on it. Don't eat that. What? Why would you say that? You grab his hand and he starts flailing against you. As he does, he bites a large chunk out of your arm. And you're forced to let him go, not because of the pain, but because you might snap him in two should you continue to wrestle. He chews on the chunk of your flesh for a moment, then looks back at the finger bone. Don't eat that. Have a bite off me instead. I'm more fresh. Why is that a lie? I killed that guy. I could, bring him the body. Give me the finger bone first, marrow friend. Sure. His teeth sink into the meat of your forearm and pull a chunk away with a single wrench of his neck. The pain is excruciating, but marrow friend sits on his haunches as if nothing had happened, chewing noisily at the mouthful of meat he pulled away. Thanks. Did I lose HP? Interesting. Huh. Well, let's at least check out Sharegrave's house. There it is. Uh-oh. Oh, rats. All right, Mort.
Huh?
Do your thing. And then both of us are going to attack some goddamn rats. Okay, good. Wow. Wow. Ah! Heals 3. That's not much. Stackable. Oh good, I have another Clot Charm. Huh. Well, I hope I don't die.
What?
Oh, there's like boxes in here. Cool.
Done.
Imbecile.
Nope.
What's up, Chief?
How often can he cast this? Good. And now both of us attack. Good.
Done.
Let's get all these loots. Bunch of rat tails. What's in here? Nothing. Nothing. I feel like this should have been a quest. Oh well. Why can't I rest on those bed frames? Oh, okay, that's where. I was trying to go to Sharegrave's house. Close to dying. There he is. Collector, collector. Hey, dude. Tall and lanky, this pale, grim-looking man exudes an authority despite his gangly and somewhat awkward frame. A good portion of his left ear is missing. What little that's left is a ragged mess of scar tissue, as if the ear was bitten rather than cut off. His narrow, shifting eyes, almost mere slits, look clever and dangerous. Would you be Sharegrave? I don't know you, Burke. Who are you to be asking about some Sharegrave, Cutter? A man called Pox referred me to Sharegrave. I was told he might know the location of someone named Pharod. The tension in the room suddenly rises. Now, what a funny thing to be asking about. What do you want to know about Old Blood Pharod for? He stole something from me and I want it back. The man is silent for a moment, then cracks a smile. He steals from us all, doesn't he? Whether we're living or dead, he chuckles. What do you mean? Our main source of living around here is the dead. You follow? You're a collector. Aye, that's right. He looks at you as if he's considering something. Now, there's only so many debtors at any one time. My bloods and I can only gather so many. If somebody else is gathering debtors, that's much less jink that goes into our pockets. Pharod is taking bodies too. Aye. So...
Updated my journal.
The rub is that he's found a motherload of them. Now, I haven't heard of any massacres in Sigil. He frowns, tapping at his chin, so I'm quite interested in knowing where all the debtors are coming from. I could find out for you if you'd like. Oh, aye? And how would you do that? All I need to do is find him. Let me worry about the rest.
Updated my journal.
You got it. I'll even give you 100 copper commons for your trouble. Go up on the platforms, follow them to the north and west, and you'll come to a gate that leads to Pharod's bolt hole. I saw a butthole for a second, but bolt hole is what it says. Getting in and getting the information is your deal. And if anyone asks, you don't know me and we never had this talk here. Of course, I had some questions. Go find out what I need to know, and I don't want to see you back here until you do. Go before I call my bloods to show you the way. All right.
I'm gone.
Yeah, right? It's pretty buttholy. I'm gonna look in here. And there's nothing, so we're good. I wonder if I could store shit in there, though. Oh, I got the finger bone. I wonder if that would let me sneak into... It's not the mausoleum. The place where you wake up. I wonder if it'd let me sleep in there. Or sneak in there, rather. Not sleep. Cool, I'll keep a bunch of cutting things and a hammer. Yeah, mortuary. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. So I wonder if that works for that. Maybe you can only go out, though. You can't go in. I think with a razor vine. Okay.
Done.
Yeah, it is. Just wonder why I have that finger. Maybe now I can always sneak out or something. So... is there a path to go north and west? It doesn't seem it. To the trash warrens. But I can't go that way. Huh. Maybe I have to go north first? But that's not really to the northwestern. Okay, so maybe north is like the upper right? Oh wow, that area is walkable, but I don't know how I'd get up there. Okay. Well, walking a bunch will help me heal at least. Because I am not in a good position to get in a fight. Okay. Collectors just taking their days off over here. Wonder what's up with that skin peeling collector guy that I got the finger bone from. He seems messed up. Harlot collectors. Hive thugs. Done. One ear? I didn't talk to one ear. You see a shady-looking fellow standing before you, picking his teeth with what appears to be a tiny metal fork. His chest is covered by patchwork armor adorned with large spikes, and a long knife hangs at his side. You notice he is missing his right ear. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
He regards you coolly from the shadows as if sizing you up. Had some questions for you. The one-eared tiefling scowls at you threateningly. Pike off, Burke, or I'll have your guts for garters. Oh shit, just insult him? Alright, sorry. Not trying to start shit, I guess. Everybody's so mad. Hey, Cutter. Small dwelling. Oh, look at that guy. Arlo. You see a short, balding man standing in what serves as the foyer to this ramshackle flophouse. His bushy brows are furrowed in concentration as he picks at what appear to be scabs on his large, bulbous nose. Greetings. The man doesn't bother to look up. Instead, he continues to stare cross-eyed down at his nose. Yeah, what do you want? Could I rest here? Sure you can, Burke, if you got the jink for it. Nobody puts up here for free except old Nestor over there, and that's only because no one's addle-covered enough to mess with him. Addle-covered? Addle-coved. Addle-coved? Very well, how much for a bed? Well, first tell me about Nestor. Nestor's that barmy old sod in the corner there. He hikes a thumb over his shoulder toward the back of the room. Watch your step around him, Burke. He's not right in the head, always rattling his bone box about his fork and all. I wish someone would do us all a favor and gets rid of him. Why don't you get rid of him yourself? You don't think I've tried? I have, and look what I gets for me effort. He leans his face forward and points at the bleeding scabs on his nose. The barmy sod nearly bit me nose off. How much for a bed? It cost you 5 coppers. He wipes his dirty hand on the front of his even dirtier shirt, then thrusts it towards you, palm up. Cool resting animation. Wonder how long that took to render. Awesome. Is this... No, that's... There's Nestor. Bet he's a tough guy. Oh, does he buy and sell shit? You see an aging man in soiled and tattered clothes frantically pacing in the corner. His shock of filthy white hair sticks out in every direction, and his face encrusted with dirt and streaks of dried blood, is covered with gray stubble. Every few seconds he stops pacing and flails about suddenly, muttering and cursing as if assaulted by some unseen foe. He does not seem to notice your approach. At the sound of your voice, the old loon whirls about to face you, his wide staring eyes bulging in their sockets. He regards you for a brief moment, then returns to his raving. No, 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 it's not you, hoo-hoo, but soon, yes, soon. Who are you talking to? The old man seems oblivious to your presence. Hoo-hoo-hoo, you'll come, yes, you'll come, and old Nestor will be waiting. Are you all right? No. Nestor's face turns beet red and his whole body shakes in protest. My fork! Can't leave without my fork! Hoo-hoo, fork, fork, fork! Your fork. Fork? Fork, fork! Can't go home without my fork! Nestor's frenzy reaches a violent crescendo. He begins hopping up and down maniacally, then suddenly stops, lowers his head, and runs headlong into a large wooden cupboard that stands against the back wall of the flophouse. The force of the impact knocks the old man flat on his back. After a few seconds, he stands back up, a dazed expression on his face. Gone, stolen. Can't go home without my fork. Stolen, you say? Who took your fork? Nestor stares at you for a long moment, then begins rummaging through the pockets of his filthy tunic. After a few seconds, he produces what appears to be a dismembered ear. Judging by the stench and color of the ear, you'd wager that the old loon has been toting it around in his pocket for some time. You have my fork, don't you? Don't you? Hoo-hoo, he holds the ear close as if speaking to it. Bring back my fork. Maybe I can help you. Waiting. Hoo-hoo. He shakes the ear violently as he shouts into it. Until you bring it back. Then I can go home. Right, I'll try to find your fork then. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
All right.
Done.
Nothing. This guy looks cool, but... You see the tall figure of a creature standing before you. The lower portion of the body resembles that of a goat. However, just above its powerful forelegs, its shape takes on a more human appearance, with a man's torso, arms, and head, all of which are covered in polished armor. The creature's eyes are closed, and it appears to be sleeping. I'll let him sleep. Hive dweller, hive dweller. I have some questions. I'm sure you find your answers someday, but I've got a business to run, so if you don't want a bed, then I suggest you pike off. Okay. So, if Nestor has an ear, and I met a guy with one ear...
I'm gone.
Come on in here, Cutter. Give it a rest. You don't want to sleep on the streets and get killed out here.
I mean, this guy can probably just fucking kill me. Worth checking out, I guess. Ignore his threats. Cannot save game while in dialogue mode. Okay, good. He wouldn't have happened to have lost that ear while robbing an old man here in the hive. I don't know what you're talking about, Burke. Now I suggest you get your mangled carcass out of my sight before I carve my name into you. Certainly, just give me the fork you stole and I'll be on my way. He whips his knife from its sheath and begins waving it menacingly before you. Why don't you come and take it from me, Burke? Uh-oh. Okay, we're both gonna attack,
What's the word, Chief?
but my dude is gonna use Litany of Curses.
Yeah, dog's body. Did you see that?
Whoa!
Did you see that?
Damn.
Rolled some fucking 20s. Yeah! Didn't expect that to go that way.
Okay.
Wow. I think I got a fork. This fork is definitely no prize of cutlery. Its steel finish is scratched and slightly bent, and its tines are crusted with dirt. It's a one-handed thrusting weapon. I did, yeah. Shouldn't have stolen a fucking fork. He's being an asshole to me, too. Oh, that's on Mort. Okay. Oh, Mort has his own inventory. Interesting. Mort's bite. Quick weapon. Right, right. I usually would like to not fight. I'm gonna give this to Mort. Give him the rat tails. The junk. These bandages I can probably stack. Okay, so the knife I have is also 1 to 4 piercing. Okay, I'll just keep that then. Stiletto, rusty dagger. That to Mort. I don't know how Mort has inventory space. But sure. And also how Mort can hold more than me. Like, I get that he's stronger, but that's silly. Alright. Harlot. Hive Tout.
Hey, we're being
All
watched,
right.
Chief.
Are
Just
we?
like natural.
Who's watching us?
Casual.
You don't want to sleep on the street, you get killed out here. Come on in.
Alright, let's go give a dude his fork back.
Right at home. Here you go, Connor. She's all yours.
Alright. Nestor. Yeah, right? Like... Hillman stops his frantic pacing and glances at you nervously. Fork, fork, fork. Can't go home without my fork. Is this the fork you speak of? Nestor hastily snatches up the fork. My fork! My fork! 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 Hoo-hoo! He hops up and down excitedly, waving the fork back and forth in an elaborate pattern above his head, as if he were performing some sort of ritual. Now I can go home. Farewell! Nestor turns to leave, then, as if struck with some afterthought, he turns back around and hands you a scrap of something soft and rubbery. The severed ear. Upon closer examination, you notice there is still an earring dangling from it. Yeah, Farrell, keep
Updated my
the
journal.
earring. Dude.
Done.
I should have used the fork. Yeah. I mean, I imagine I can't have used the fork, but let's see.
I'm gone.
Oh, you know what? I probably don't know the, like... Guys, what's up? Yeah, I probably don't know whatever dance. Okay, so I'll just give him the fork. Waving the fork back and forth in an elaborate pattern above his head. Yeah, so that's why I can't do it. Fair.
Updated my journal.
There you go, Nestor. Where's this earring? One ear's earring. Yeah, so it was one ear. Reflects no light whatsoever. Oh, I can only have one earring? Oh, I can't use it because it's not identified. That's probably for the best. Alright, let's talk to Arlo again. Well, I should have made a deal with Arlo to get Nestor out, and then Found Nestor's Fork. Well, shit. But I'm going to stick to it. I think I'm going to call the stream here for today. But I will be back Thursday at 4 p.m. Play some more of this action. This game's awesome. And I feel like I'm close to a party member. I haven't died much. Yeah, good game. My voice is only mildly gone. Thanks for watching, everybody. Always good to see you, Ralph. Nice talking to you too, Fractal. I hope you can join me again. I love your insight. You seem to have played this game before. Good. I'm glad, Ralph. I like you hanging out here. And hope you're doing okay too, Perps. Didn't sound too stoked earlier, but hopefully this game treats you somewhat okay. Okay, everybody. I'll put up an archive, like always, on... See you, Ralph. On YouTube. YouTube.com/DarinIsAwesome. If you want to watch any of my old streams. But until Thursday, take care, everybody. Say bye, Atlas. Say bye.